You already know, man. It's Dion Dawkins, and you listening to the Real Deal Sports Show on the Beat 105.5.
You already know, everybody. Already know, baby. Thank you, Dion Dawkins, for that great intro to Real Deal Sports Show each and every Saturday morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on the Beat 105.5 WLGZ HD2. The Beat 105.5 coming out of Rochester, New York. Live from the Rock Palm Brokers studio. It's Real Deal Sports Show with the Rad Man. Like, comment, and subscribe to the show. Please subscribe to the show on YouTube. Thank you so much for the new people that have already subscribed to the show. And also, I want to thank everybody checking out the website, realdealsportshow.com. realdealsportshow.com. Thank you so much for checking out the website, checking out our picks each week. You go to the Winner's Edge. Check out the Winner's Edge on YouTube, on realdealsportshow.com. Check us out each and every week. We got a lot to talk about in the world of sports today. Man, there's a lot of action going on. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, you see I got my Super Bowl jersey on. Chiefs versus Eagles. Hey, they're going to throw it all. They're going to leave it all on the field tomorrow in Kansas City. Hey, Kansas City know they took a butt whooping at this one. This T-shirt doesn't tell it all. It doesn't tell what a beat down the Eagles put on the Kansas City Chiefs. They're at the Super Bowl in New Orleans, Louisiana. I have firsthand view of it, as well as all the other people inside the Superdome, the Louisiana Superdome, or it's Caesars or the Mercedes-Benz Caesars, whatever it's called. I think it's Caesars now, Caesars Dome. Hey, it was a beatdown. It was an embarrassment to the Kansas City Chiefs. So I know Kansas City got something to say about it tomorrow afternoon, 4:25. 4:25 tomorrow afternoon. Check that one out. That should be another good, very good football game. Hey, Patrick Mahomes doesn't have anything to prove. The man is the greatest quarterback right now that we've seen since Tom Brady. The man went to 3 straight Super Bowls. Can he get his team to a 4th? Only the Buffalo Bills is the only team to get to 4 straight Super Bowls. Only team ever. And I didn't think it would be close. I didn't think it'd be another dominant team like this, especially with free agency and players changing teams and things of that nature with the way free agency is. It's very interesting. We got Ricky Myrtle. Rick is back with us. Hey, thank you so much for checking us out. An Internet Passport, checking this show out. Hey, we're all the way live. And yes, indeed, everyone, it's very interesting to see could be one of the greatest games of this NFL season has already been played in week 1 on Sunday Night Football. Baltimore Ravens at the Buffalo Bills. What a contest we saw just past Sunday night. What a game that we had played on Sunday night. The Ravens, obviously the Ravens are the better team. I had the Ravens. I'll tell you how I looked up. My week was rough last weekend. I had some rough finishes to my picks and selections, but the Ravens I thought was a sure shot winner, -2. And once again, they shot themselves in the foot. Head coach John Harbaugh, why is he not on the hot seat? Why isn't this man on a hot seat? I mean, this man lost 17 games in the 4th quarter, leading by 9 points or more, 9 to 16 points or more. Can you believe that? 9 to 16 points or more. And this man is still walking around acting like he the man. And then he had the audacity during the post-game press conference to have short answers for everybody. Yeah, I understand you mad. You're going to give us short answers and one-word answers and all kinds of nonsense. I said, all right, John Harbaugh. I'm just wondering. I asked the Baltimore media that was there. I said, why isn't this guy on the hot seat? This guy loses games inexplicably. I mean, the Ravens on paper are a much better team than the Buffalo Bills, especially Sunday night. The Bills' defensive lineup missing guys. We don't really have 2 good safeties on the field. We got maybe a half of a safety on the football field. And your running back just running roughshod through, had over 100 yards in the first quarter. Your running back has over 100 yards in the first quarter, and you don't win the game? He ends the game with 169 yards. You don't go for it on 4th down, 4th and 3, to seal the game, to put the game away and seal the victory for the Ravens. You don't even have the guts to go for it on 4th and 3. And then you turn around and you talk about, well, the Bills came back. I said, well, heck, we can go back 2 years. Myself, J-GILLZ, the Mighty Oba. We were in Baltimore, Maryland on a rainy Sunday afternoon. Sunday afternoon in Baltimore. Baltimore kicking Buffalo, running. Same thing. They didn't even have Derrick Henry back then. They were running all over the Bills. It was 17-0 at the half, or 17-7. Buffalo might have got on the board. I believe it was 17-0 at the half. Buffalo came out in the second half. You saw the first two drives, the Ravens played games with the football, turned the ball over, punted. The Bills started coming back, made it 17-7. To make a long story short, the game ended up being 24-20. The Bills all of a sudden took the lead 27-24. And here come the Ravens. The Ravens get the ball. Lamar makes a hell of a drive, brings down to the 2-yard line, to the 5-yard line. Second and goal with about 20 seconds left, one timeout. They run the football. The Bills stopped the run. They stopped the run right there. They called their final timeout. They only had, it was like 3 seconds left in the game. One last play. Lamar goes back to pass. He goes back deep about to the 10-yard line, throws a strike to the receiver in the back of the end zone. And all of a sudden, Jordan Poyer comes out of nowhere and intercepts the ball in the back of the end zone to end the game. And it was like unbelievable play by Jordan Poyer. The Bills won that one, 27-24, after being dominated by the Baltimore Ravens there at M&T Bank Stadium. Unbelievable. People forget about that one. They remember this one because obviously this was the most recent. The Bills came back. They showed it, their mettle. They came back and beat the Ravens in Baltimore. They beat the Ravens in February, earlier this year in a playoff game where Mark Andrews drops the ball. He fumbles at midfield. He drops the 2-point conversion pass, and the Bills are winners of the contest. Unbelievable. Hey, DJ Sean Touch is in today. DJ Sean Touch, can we put on Lamar Jackson? Put the first one on, and then we're gonna go right into the second Lamar Jackson interview from the locker room, from the Ravens locker room on Sunday night.
Loss. I'm here with quarterback Lamar Jackson. Obviously, after that tough Sunday night loss,
Yeah.
what role does your faith play in helping you get over that type of situation?
Yeah, man. You gotta have faith, small as a mustard seed, man, with God. And just from things happen, you still gotta have faith on that field. You can't have no doubt in your mind because I feel like you're going against God in that point. So no matter how things may look at the beginning, God got the final say so. Just week one, I feel like we got 20-some more weeks to go. So I got my faith in God, man. Jesus Christ.
Thank you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Peace and blessings, bro.
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Which is just happening at the wrong time, but not gonna knock it back. I want to play.
It's just something about Buffalo. This crazy things seem to happen here with the Ravens at the playing here.
Like crazy things happen throughout the league, not just Buffalo. We have missed out. I feel like every year I've been in the league, we've had weird things happen. Even back in the T-Bank Stadium, we've had weird things happen. We've been up and something weird happened. That's part of the game. You can't play in Buffalo or like that.
All right. Thank you, Lamar.
Yes, indeed. That was 2-1. Lamar Jackson. On the second one, I was asking him, man, it seems like every time you come to Buffalo, something goes wrong at the end. And he said, hey, man, it's not just in Buffalo. It's not only this stadium. We've had meltdowns at M&T Bank Stadium as well. We got to get better and find a way to fix it. And I just gave you the history a few years ago when Buffalo was at M&T. I had forgot about it at that time when I was interviewing him after the game on Sunday night that, oh, yeah, that's right. The Bills came from behind at M&T Bank Stadium, down 17-0, came back and won a game. Myself was soaking wet. J-GILLZ was soaking wet. The Mighty Oba. It rained all day. But J-GILLZ had the nice rental car. Oh, man. J-GILLZ, welcome to Real Deal Sports Show. Thank you for that great rental car that back there in Baltimore, man. Oh, yeah. My gosh, man. It rained all. Remember, I forgot about the Bills was getting blown out in Baltimore and came back and won.
Came back, Gabe Davis, a touchdown to Gabe Davis in the corner of the end zone. I believe that's the same play. Gabe Davis either messed up his ankle or his shoulder in that touchdown-winning catch. But absolutely, Baltimore, something about Baltimore, and it's something about Buffalo that really these quarterbacks bring out the best in each other. It seems like, they were in the same draft, Josh going third, Lamar going 31st, and it just seems like they've always been compared to each other. And for the longest, they've always taken Lamar over Josh Allen. But now it seems like those tides are turning, because after that Sunday night game, which was an absolutely an amazing game, right, man? We were both in attendance, obviously, and nobody saw the Ravens blowing that lead yet again, down up 15 points with about 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. So I don't think anybody saw that coming, but really, to me, this highlighted, the greatness of a Lamar Jackson, the greatness of a Josh Allen, and it really showed exactly who those quarterbacks are. And if you look at it, Josh Allen really showed why he was the MVP. To have over 400 total yards of offense for that team, 4 touchdowns, 2 rushing and 2 passing. I mean, you got to give Josh Allen credit where credit is due. And I think this is the type of game that people are going to see in MVP voting this year. And it's going to be held against Lamar, unfortunately, but that's just the name of the game.
Absolutely, absolutely. That is just the name of the game. You said it best. It's the name of the game. Don't understand what happened, why they continued to just lose it at the end. That was a nice interview with Lamar Jackson talking about his faith. You conducted the one on faith, which was excellent. Very well done. Should be nominated for one of those awards that they give out in New York State for sports journalist excellence. Very good. Because Lamar wasn't – one thing about Lamar Jackson, win, lose, or draw, he going to give it to you straight. No chaser. This is how he feeling. It's like you've known him for years. He's one of those cats when you talk to, it's like you've known this guy for years, and he'll just tell you how he feeling at that moment. Right, J-GILLZ?
Absolutely. Approaching Lamar in the locker room, after a tough loss like that, and for him to have the humility, and the strength, just to give his testimony and testament, that's just the kind of guy that he is. So for people to be hating on Lamar, hating on his business, saying he's not worth the money, this and that, that is a franchise quarterback. That's a franchise quarterback. He loves his community. He loves God. He's a great man. So, shout out to Lamar Jackson. He definitely deserves, everything he's getting.
Absolutely. And let's hear what Kyle Van Noy. We had a good time. Well, we had a good time in the Ravens locker room talking to these cats, man, because they were, man, I never seen so many stunned. Those guys were so stunned. They couldn't believe they had lost. Hell, I told one guy, I can't believe you guys lost the game either, man. Oh my God, what happened?
They prepared, right, man. It's because, like you just said, the last game they played in last year's season was in the same stadium against the same team, and they gave them that one. So to go a whole off season, you know what I mean? Preparing training camp, knowing exactly who you're going against, and execute the game plan up until 5 minutes to go. All you can be is shocked and stunned.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense, because that's right. All that planning, all through training camp, I'm sure they talked about, hey, we're going to get Buffalo, man. We go up to Buffalo, right? That was a lot of talk in the cafeteria, on the field, on the practice field.
They owed him one.
They did.
And they ain't get it back. They ain't get their look back this time. Not yet.
Hey, let's hear Sean Touch. Can you put on the Kyle Van Noy? Let's hear what Kyle Van Noy had to say.
Kyle, tough loss, obviously, today.
Super tough.
What was the mindset, just, from the team after experiencing that?
I mean, I think you know that answer. Disappointed.
Is there anything that you saw different? Obviously, you guys, the last time you guys played was against the Buffalo Bills last season.
Yeah.
Was there anything different that you saw from the defense this go?
Yeah, we had a pretty long stretch of playing decent football. I mean, they're really good. You got to give credit where credit's due. Josh, put his Superman cape on tonight, and we fell short as a defense. We didn't. It's a tough one.
What was the message from Coach Harbaugh, Lamar?
Yeah, everybody's disappointed, but it's also the first game. We still have 16 weeks left. I'm sure we'll see them again, hopefully. We got to just get our first win on the board and then get some momentum. We got to get back to work and start preparing for Cleveland.
For your offense to put up 40?
Yeah, got to win. Got to win.
Appreciate your excuse. All right, thank you.
Oh man! classic.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you right, man. Kyle, I felt bad for Kyle. You know, Kyle used to play for the Dolphins, so I got a lot of love and respect for Kyle. But, man, when I say that the look on his face in the interview, he was just in disbelief. You know, he was in disbelief. He was shocked. And he was just like, man, you already know the answers to that. Come on. Kyle Van Noy with an excellent game, by the way. He was containing James Cook and company, getting the jobs, but it just ultimately wasn't enough. It wasn't enough when it mattered.
No, it wasn't. And you could hear it in his voice. His whole thing was gut-wrenching, man. It was a gut-wrenching loss. You could feel it deep down inside. And that's the way it was for most of the Ravens in that locker room. Those guys were highly upset about it. These interviews are brought to you by award-winning Miriam Rivera Insurance Agency, Auto, Home, Health, and Life Insurance, 1038 Lyle Avenue, 511 Bean Road, Suite B. And guess what? She just acquired. Someone retired. Hey, somebody retired. She jumped on it. She now has a Brighton location right off of East Henrietta Road. So Miriam Rivera, give her a call, 585-360-0094. And she's looking for employees. She's looking for staff people. She preferred if you're licensed. If you don't have the license, she still can. If you don't have an insurance license, she still can work with you and get you into training and help you. She needs some help. She's expanded to 3 locations. Please give Miriam Rivera, if you're looking for a job, a J-O-B or a Job, as Brother Simba used to always say, anybody looking for a Job? Brother Simba always used to say that. Give her a call. Our friend of the show. She helped the Radney family save a hell of a lot of money. She'll help you save a hell of a lot of money. And she'll also help you bring money into your own crib and your household by getting a job. 585-360-0094. Anybody looking for employment, give her a call. She's looking for staff help at the present time. These interviews were excellent. Let's hear from the Buffalo Bills. Teron Johnson, Buffalo Bills linebacker, safety, Swiss knife guy for the Buffalo Bills. Let's hear what Teron Johnson had to say.
Watching their team come around the edge, and I see Ed just strip the ball out, and we end up on top of it.
But it happened right in front of you, right?
Yeah.
And what's going through your mind, because you're still 2 touchdowns down or 2 scores down.
But
this is the turn. You got a chance now.
For sure. I mean, when you take the ball away, you always got a chance. You know what I'm saying? So if we're taking the ball away consistently, we don't have a good chance in a lot of games.
When you say Derrick Henry,
I feel like he had nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? So he had nowhere to go, which I feel like is the reason why we got the fumble in the first place.
What do you say?
Good at his job under high levels of pressure. So you can't say much else about that. Like, just happy to have him. You have a lot of Thank you, guys.
So what was it at that tide that turned the tide? It looked like you guys had gap integrity toward the end of the game. He wasn't able to get that speed and turn the corner like he was earlier in the game.
Yeah. I agree with that. I mean, I feel like we just did a better job overall with our team defense, and it wasn't like one-on-one tackles with Derrick Henry. It was like 3-4 guys getting there at the same time, which is what you need on a guy like that.
How did you feel on the bench, on the sidelines after hey, we still in this game?
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, I've played in a lot of games, and I just know that you got to keep playing. You got to keep playing until the end of the game, and especially when you have 17 over there, that helps a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you got to keep going.
And what do you tell the young guys now going into next week? The Dorian Strongs and some of the other guys that get an opportunity to play.
Let's get better. You know what I'm saying? Let's learn from what happened. And yeah, we won, but thank God we won. But we can still learn from it and get better from it.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. That was Teron Johnson. It said a lot. That was a mouthful. They were on the sideline believing that they could come back. This team is one thing, believing they can win. They can win, and they were in this game even when they were down 40 to 25. People were exiting there like it was no tomorrow, man. Thank you, people, for. Hey, thank you for leaving. Thank you for leaving, people, because when we left around 1 a.m, we didn't get back home after doing it. People don't realize you go in the locker room, do the post game, go on the field, do the post game show out on the field. Man, that's a good hour and a half sometimes after the game. We didn't get out of there almost 1:15. We made it back to Rochester. Turning my key through the door was about 2:45 in the morning when we got back to Rochester, New York, and I put my key in my door going into the house. 2:45 a.m. It's a lot of work, people. It's a lot of work that we do out there, and we love bringing it to you. And we bring you 9 other stations here in Rochester that you're listening to. can give you interviews and take you behind the scene. We could take you behind the curtain, and you feel. How many people have you heard Kyle Van Noy talk with a gut-wrenching interview that he gave J-GILLZ in the Ravens locker room after the game? How many stations around town had something like that, J-GILLZ?
Not many, and a lot of these national outlets that you're listening to, you're not getting the same passion because a lot of these folks be scared to go up to these athletes and have these conversations and these tough losses. So it's guys like J-GILLZ, guys like Radman that's going to give you the facts. We're going to give you those emotions, and we're going to let y'all hear the real deal right here on the Real Deal Sports Show.
Absolutely, absolutely. You're going to hear it because we walk up to our people, we go up and speak to them, and they greet us. And say, hey, it's a loss, it's a bad loss. This was really bad. This is worse. I equate this one with the Seattle Seahawks Super Bowl loss. The way those guys, man, even I was a little concerned about for my life talking to Cam Chancellor after the game, man. After that, those guys were hot, man. And they let you know who they wanted to get. They wanted the head coach. They wanted the OC. I think they went on a separate bus, man. They couldn't have went on the bus with those guys back to the hotel, man. Oh my God, Earl Thomas. Woo, man, it was some violence being. You talk about violent conversation.
Oh man, nah, they was going in. They was going in on each other, man. And
Woo!
Derrick Henry. You know, in the locker room, you could just see the frustration. Nobody went up there. Well, we out there go up to him afterwards, but it took a little minute because Derrick Henry, the frustration that he had, you know, and he owned that loss. You know, as well as he played, he owned that loss. But ultimately, you know, it's a team game, and it was gut wrenching for everyone. Even DeAndre Hopkins, right, Radman?
Yeah. And let's hear what DeAndre Hopkins had to say about the loss as well.
Very, enthusiastic about their team. So, that's out of my control.
What was on that touchdown? Can you describe what happened on that? How you made that one-handed grab?
Just one-on-one, Lamar gave me a chance. We've done that in practice. So, I'm just trusting me.
Yeah, it looked like the window was so tight. The coverage was right there, and you still was able to make the play.
Yeah, man. I guess that's what happened. That's what washed receivers do.
Mm-hmm. What goes into the mindset? Obviously, the offense came out tonight 40 points, but still, unfortunately, the loss. How does that feed into helping the defense out mentally?
It's a team game. Derrick came in here and was saying that it's on him, but like I told him, I keep it real. It's not on you. We gave up 400 yards pass, and we scored 40 points, and that guy put us in a position to win. So even though he fumbled. Still 22 guys on the field, man.
You're a vet.
There you have it, man. That was excellent. I mean, that one-handed grab by DeAndre Hopkins on a perfectly thrown pass where he threw it where only DeAndre Hopkins could make that catch, and he caught it at the point of the ball, the nose of the football, J-GILLZ, and brought it in one-handed and brought it into his body. With two defense, with Cole Bishop and Christian Benford. They had great coverage. I mean, that was some really good coverage, and it was just a great play made by DeAndre Hopkins, right, J-GILLZ?
It was. I mean, honestly, just to tell, it's really the tale of two halves. Watching that game, that first half, just seeing my man's DeAndre Hopkins making those catches, seeing Zay Flowers doing this thing, seeing Derrick Henry running. I truly said, man, this team's going to the Super Bowl. You know, that's how potent that offense looked. And you heard DeAndre took offense to that. You know, that's what washed receivers do. Because, that's I told him, I still drafted you. I ain't tell him that. But I still drafted him in fantasy. I have faith in DeAndre Hopkins. You know what I mean? But he's just another piece to this offense that really showed pure dominance in the first half. So it's just, 40 points, and that team looked like a Super Bowl team. It truly did. But ultimately, it just wasn't meant to be for him.
Exactly, and that's what he said. He said, "What kind of receivers what did he call himself?" He said, "That's what
washed."
Washed.
He said that's what happens when a washed receiver. You feel me? One-handed catches, doing what DeAndre does. That's a DeAndre Hopkins catch.
That is, man. That's a legendary catch, and he made it look so easy too. He's going to have an excellent season. Pray, stay healthy. And he's another class act, no matter what, win, lose, or draw. I mean, he was in Buffalo twice last year, once with Kansas City and once with Tennessee last season, both losses. And he gave us interviews after both of those losses last season at the stadium. So he's another class act. They got a strong team. They got Cleveland coming up. We're going to talk about that later in the show, but definitely it's going to be interesting. What was your take from the Bills from the Bills coming out of that game, J-GILLZ, out of the Ravens contest?
Man, just pure confidence. You know what I mean? If they didn't have any moxie, swag, and confidence before, man, it's through the roof right now. Me waiting in the tunnel, Dion gave me a wink as he went up the tunnel, like, yeah, we knew he was gonna get that. You know what I mean? As I was waiting to try and get in the Ravens locker room, you know, Dion, friend of the show, he looked at me, he said, "Hey man, you knew we was gonna do it." Like they just knew it. You know what I mean? The confidence that they have, and man, I don't think anybody thought that the Bills were going to win that game. So for them to win that game, especially Sunday Night Football with the world watching, I think their confidence is at an all-time high, and I think that's going to make this team even more deadly moving forward. Even when they're out, when they're down, they won't never be out. You know what I mean? And that's the one thing we have to give Coach McDermott a lot of credit for. It's a lot of fight left in those dogs. You know, they don't stop playing until that last second on the clock, and that's just how they're coached. That's how they've been coached for years, and that's what's going to really make them or break them. That's going to make them a Super Bowl contender. So I'm giving Coach McDermott all of the credit here for never quitting, coaching to the last minute, because we've seen how teams can quit. Because the way the Dolphins looked was terrible. Just terrible. So they never thought they were out of it. They always made the plays. Defense down 15 points and still giving it everything they got. Ed Oliver made that key play, and then momentum just started swirling. So I honestly, don't get me wrong, we saw a lot of flaws in that game. You know, they got ran all over. You know, the offensive line played good enough, but Josh Allen did his thing. You know, you get pressure on Allen and stuff can still happen. But I just think that their confidence, man, they just can't. You're going to have to beat that team. They ain't never going to lay down to nobody.
No, they're not going to lay down to nobody. And the one thing that I was concerned about this game, because let's face it, the Bills took an ass whooping out there. They took an ass whooping. If you looked at the two fighters and you saw that the Bills won, the Bills had cuts and was bleeding all over their face, bleeding and cut up. Right. And the Ravens looked totally much unscarred, unscathed. And you said, wait a minute, that guy lost the fight? Wait a minute, This guy knocked that guy out? What? The win? What? Really? Wow, it was one of those fights, and the Bills paid for it this week. Teron Johnson, who you heard talking to me in the interview, he's likely going to be out with a quad injury. Man, you know, you wake up the next day, your body going to tell you what happened to you the night before. Ed Oliver looked like somebody stepped on his foot in practice. I don't know what happened. His foot is in a boot. He's already been ruled out for this week. The Bills did bring in another lineman, a former Washington Commander lineman that played at the University of Alabama. This young man's coming in. Brandon Beane, they got to go to the list and find out who they're gonna have, who's gonna be on their roster. You gotta. Hey, to me, Teron Johnson is a blessing in disguise. Did you hear Teron Johnson's name? Did you hear Matt Milano's name? Did you hear any of the linebackers' name? Man, Henry was running through the line. Where was Terrell Bernard? I know where he was. He was behind DeQuan Jones getting his butt kicked the whole game by Loudermilk. Loudermilk put an ass whooping on DeQuan Jones. It was a shame to see a man beat another man like the way he was beaten on that football field Sunday night. You would have thought DeQuan Jones weighed 150 pounds. That man was throwing him around like he was a sack of potatoes, man. Just grabbed him and this. I said, wow, look how one play he lifted him off the ground, man. I said, damn, a lot of them done hiked the ball, done got underneath DeQuan Jones. Oh, man, you watch the film. People, watch the line play. If you watch the highlights of the Bills-Ravens game, it's going to be shown a lot of times in the future. Watch the line play. Watch how that offensive line of the Ravens handled man, it was a straight-up beatdown. And the linebackers didn't have a chance because the guys up front were getting, especially DeQuan Jones, was getting blown up so bad they were stuck behind them, or somebody was always on them. They weren't free. They had a blocker on them, and they couldn't get to Henry because, man, the line, Loudermilk. Now I see why Loudermilk is always one of the first people put on the All-Pro or the Pro Bowl football team, because that guy, oh man, he goes to work, man.
Absolutely.
That was just that was a serious beatdown. Hadn't seen a beatdown like that in quite some time of a Bills line. Bills have injuries. Bills got to put some guys out there on the line to get ready for the game on Sunday. And we're going to go. We're going to go to Advantage. You know, J-GILLZ, Advantage Federal Credit Union, right?
Man, school is back in session. Advantage Federal Credit Union, auto loans, Visa cards, and student checking accounts, and much more. Get some of the best interest rates in town. And I just checked on my Advantage app, and I think any student account that's open, they're matching you $20. So if you need to save up, we got school start, we got the prime, you know what I'm saying? We got driver's ed courses. You want to save up for that first car, start you an Advantage Federal Credit Union savings account, student checking account, and get it happen. Make it happen, y'all. Any Advantage at advantagefcu.org.
That's right. Get that from the credit union. Thank you for being a sponsor for this segment of the show. We got the Fanatic coming in as well, and we got a boxing. We're gonna go to boxing in a minute, but let's hear from the Fanatic. Fanatic, welcome back to Real Deal Sports Show. How you doing this morning? We're getting ready for game day tomorrow. Rematch of Super Bowl Sunday. We're getting ready for it.
Yeah. Hey, and what better way to get you prepared than the Real Deal Sports Show? What up, Brad, man? What up, J-GILLZ? BacSpin doing his thing as a very important person, VIP here on the way to Vegas. Do your thing, BacSpin. Hey, man, Real Deal Sports Show, Internet Passport, the rest of the fam. What up, man? Glad to be here. Yeah, that Tyler Lindenbaum out of Iowa, hey, they built differently, them Iowa linemen, man. Daquan Jones, man, hey, so his family need to be jumping on Tyler Lindenbaum. He disrespected him multiple times. That was, good God Almighty, Radman. You right on with it. Hey, Radman, your haircut look good, man. That hairline's strong, man. I like it. But yeah, we ready. A big game tomorrow. I look at it, I'm like, man, it's not even no other real. It's like the Cardinals and Panthers, the only 405. Man, everything else is at noon. They closing it down for the Radman for you to put that shirt on right. Chiefs, Eagles. I don't know. It's got to be more exciting than this past Super Bowl, but I don't know that much more. I know but the real thing to me is football Sunday's one of a kind. But this Saturday night, man, you got my LSU Tigers. Hey, I see some Gators coming in. Gators already on the grill already from last night. Notre Dame going on. Hey, and the boxing match free on Netflix. Shout out to Dana White and boxing finally doing something right for the first time in my life. So, hey, it's going to be a great sports night tonight. Get your family times in. As my daddy would tell me, take my kids places. I'm going to take them places, but we definitely get home by about 8 o'clock tonight. No question.
Yeah, the game. Last time the Gators were in town was one of that prolific game that you invited me to, and I enjoyed myself so much. And that was when Jaden Daniel had the 6 touchdowns, 300 yards rushing, over 300 yards rushing, 300 yards passing. It was, as most people call it, his Heisman Trophy game. He won the Heisman Trophy really because of that game, that one game there. And I was glad to be in attendance to see a crazy LSU beating Florida. It was like 51 to 30 to 41 or something. It was a high-scoring affair. A lot of talent a lot of NFL players on the field that night, future NFL player. But Jaden Daniels, I've never seen a quarterback play like that, Fanatic. And thank you so much for inviting me down for that. And just so happened it was that particular contest.
It's that time again. I know that game. Hey, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a lot less scoring. The defense finally looked like it's about something. But hey, LSU. Everybody's talking about how bad Florida is. LSU cannot lose focus. So I think they should win this game by about 3 to 4 points. I think it's much more of a low-scoring game. I'm going at 24-17, 24-20, right in that window right there. So LSU hold it down. Great college action tonight, and we got the SEC. We got Tennessee and Georgia today, and in the afternoon time slot. I miss my man Vern Lundquist, my man, doing those 3:30 games, 2:30 for us here in Central Time Zone. So, hey, it's gonna be a beautiful weekend. Beautiful weekend.
Hey, stay right there because we got another guest coming on the show. We want to get our next guest in to talk boxing and get us to the boxing legendary New York State Golden Gloves, Don Patterson.
Look like somebody to box Don. You all right, Don? You look a little slumped. You good, Don?
I'm good. I can't see. Can you see me?
You got to flip the camera. We see a dress.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
flip the camera, facing towards you.
Look like you took an uppercut from somebody. Look like...
Got you leaning, man.
Oh, really? Can you see me now?
Nah, nope. It's still the same camera angle.
But we can hear you for the radio. Yeah, work on it while we talk. What's your take for this upcoming fight?
I think it's going to be a great fight. You got two of the best fighters of this era.
Yeah.
Canelo has been the premier box office draw for the last decade. He's fought the best around that he could fight. He's gone up to light heavyweight and fought champions of Bivol. Bud has done the same. They're the two most, I guess, accomplished fighters. Other than that, you have Usyk, who's risen, but those two guys are the two guys that people look at as a pound-for-pound guys for this era. So I think it's going to be a really great fight.
Questions, guys?
Yeah, I can kick it off. Yeah, so then I guess, what do you think will be the key to this fight?
Let me see here. I'm trying to. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening with this camera. Let's see. The key will be who can impose their will and implement their plan. Like all sports, they're both going to come in with things they want to do, and whoever can impose their will and make the other have to adapt and do fight their style of fight will probably have the best opportunity to win. Bud is a very skilled, high IQ boxer who has multiple ways to fight you. He's shown that in his previous fights. He's been able to adapt to styles. He's knows when to turn it up, when to make adjustments. He's great at that. You know, they say, well, you know, he can download what's going on and then adjust. And then you see him take charge. Canelo, we know his style. Mm-hmm. He's going to be aggressive. He's going to bring the fight to you. He's a accomplished guy. He's much better
very nice
than what people actually think. You know, so basically, you have someone coming up 2 weight classes from where they previously ever fought, and so that's going to be something that you got to watch early in terms of Crawford's ability to withstand the pressure, the power, the punching power, and the pressure of Canelo. Canelo's going to have to make the adjustments in terms of Bud, I'm sure, is going to use movement to evade and set traps and what have you. And so it's going to be a cat and mouse, and we'll see who is able to get the edge in this one.
Yeah, is that a wise move going up 2 weight? That's a lot of weight. He's up to one. Right, he's up to 167 pounds. Is that a wise move by Crawford? And do you think he had enough time to be able to handle that type of weight gain for this fight?
Well, we'll see. We'll see if it was a wise move at the end of the fight. That'll tell us whether it was wise or not. But in terms of what he wants to do and say that he wants to really be a great fighter and take those challenges that will make people say, no, he's a top 10, top fighter of all time. That's what he's looking for. He's looking for legacy. That's what he said in his interviews. And so that's what it's about for him. And I'm sure he's also making a very handsome amount of money for this. And so is it wise? We'll see. Typically, to see somebody move up that many weight classes is they're going to be at a deficit. You know, obviously, what we typically know in sports is that a good big man beats a good small man. And so these are two great fighters, and so we're going to see.
You talked about legacy. You talked about the legacy. What would a loss do for Terence Crawford's legacy? What would that loss do for him?
Well, he might be in a no-lose situation because him being the guy moving up 2 weight classes, everybody's saying, well, that's too much, that he's giving up too much of an advantage in terms of weight. And so with him, if he loses, they say, well, he fought a bigger guy, moved up 2 weight classes and couldn't do it. But if he wins, then he goes into the conversation for, true greatness. He goes into the iconic status if he can beat somebody like a Canelo.
Yes, I just want to jump in on that point. To me, that's where folks are asking me about this fight when we're having a conversation. Bud has nothing to lose. To me, he's going up. To me, he has every excuse in the book to say, here's why I'm not going to win. I'm fighting a man who's way bigger than me naturally. We're going to be bigger. He's going to probably be bigger during the fight actually tonight. I feel pretty strongly about that. Canelo's an all-time great, got a great chin. The only thing is that it's not on Cinco de Mayo, man. That's the only thing that is not going against him really in this fight. So to me, but Bud did everything, man. When he did Earl Spence like that, that's when I think all of us kind of knew. We knew he was a bad boy. Man, he's a bad man. And I just came from Omaha last month. Not a lot to do in Omaha. He really is the pride and joy of that community. And I would even say the University of Nebraska, Lincoln area. Hey, they love some Bud Crawford, man. So I'm excited for the fight tonight. And that's such a astute point, Don, that really Bud has nothing to, he got a lot of money to go for. He got a real legacy. This is a big opportunity. Nobody else really left. He's cleaned up everybody in his round, in his belt class, and even slightly above that next round up. What else is there to do? Go ahead and if you're gonna go for it, go big. I respect it.
I agree. He wants to be known as in the same vein as the greatest that we talk about, with the Muhammad Ali's, the and so forth, Sugar Ray Leonard's, Sugar Ray Robinson. If he can accomplish this, if he can pull this off and beat a Canelo, who is a first ballot Hall of Famer himself, and he'll arguably be, when they talk about it, they'll say, oh, he's probably the greatest Mexican fighter and all those things like that. He has quite a legacy. He's faced basically everybody of his era, and he's been successful, and he's got that status, that iconic status in boxing. So if Crawford can beat him, then it says a lot about him. It says a lot about his heart as a champion, just willing to go in there and have that type of confidence, which at that level you have to have. So he's going to go in, and we know he's going to give his all and win and use all the tools that he has to come up with a victory. And Canelo's going to do the same. So this is something that we really want to see. This is what we want to see in boxing, when we actually see the best against the best. And tonight's going to be, I think, a great fight.
Who do you think going to win it?
Well, here's what I'll say. In terms of ability, skill, and their pedigree as champions, when you look at this, it's kind of a 50-50 fight. Both men have proven to be able to do whatever you want to see a champion do. If you need to come through adversity, you do it. If you need to adjust your style, you do it. So with this one, I think it's, in terms of ability and who they are as fighters, people may look at it 50-50. But the advantage goes to the guy who's naturally bigger in this situation. So that's what you got to take account for. So when the bell rings and we see how the fight's going, Canelo has always had trouble with people with good feet. Obviously, we saw what Floyd was able to do to him. We've seen him struggle with other guys like Lara, guys who have great movement and can get his respect. So we'll see tonight. If Bud can do that, then he has a great chance winning because we know his skill level. If Canelo is able to apply the type of pressure that we know he's going to do, and that he's going to be able to land heavy blows, we'll see. So what you got to factor in is, what will this weight do to Bud's movement and speed? Coming up 2 weight classes when he's used to fighting much lower, does he have the same speed and the same mobility? And then once he takes punishment in the fight later on, does he still have that same ability to keep a man that strong off of him? That's going to be the tell of the tape. And can he get his respect? Canelo has a great chin. He's been with some of the best fighters of this era, Triple G, Bivol, and we haven't seen him really hurt in these latter years.
Wow.
And so that's going to be the challenge. If you have to handicap it, and it's a 50-50 fight, then what we tend to believe is that a good big man is going to have the best opportunity to beat the good small man.
All righty. And last but not least, the AARP exhibition coming up, Mike Tyson versus Floyd Mayweather. What's your take on that?
I have no comment. I want to until that happens. You know what I mean? That's something. Let's wait till that actually begins to materialize. When I see the weigh-in and the press conference the day before the fight, then I'll say, okay, we got something that's going to happen. I think it's if they're talking about it, if they can get the excitement behind it. As we've seen, Mike Tyson is still a huge draw in boxing. He fought, I believe it was Jake Paul. They sold out the stadium in Dallas, whatever it is, 70,000 people, and almost crashed the internet, right? Crashed the internet. So Mike is still that charismatic person that people still will pay to see, and still believe that he can turn back the clock at 60 and beat 20-year-olds. Him and Floyd's obviously a different thing. Floyd's size and who Mike is, like I said, let's wait until we see them on the scale and getting ready to walk to the ring before that actually happens.
All right. Anything quickly as we run out of time? The New York State Golden Gloves. Anything coming? Big bouts coming up that you have coming up, Don?
Well, we're preparing for the gloves now. As you know, it'll start in January. That's our target date for the gloves, and we're looking forward to another outstanding year. Our guys, all the guys throughout the state are training. We had a great year last year. We had 2 kids go to the finals. They weren't successful other than making it to the finals. They didn't win the championship, but they're still making a great showing of upstate New York boxing. And so we're proud of that. Everybody keep their eyes open because the gloves will start in January. If you're a boxer listening, make sure you're ready. This is the opportunity of a lifetime to become a Golden Glove champion. You speak of it now. I remember you spoke of Omar. I remember seeing Bud Crawford in the finals of the Golden Glove championships in Omaha. And he has a lot of support there. So these are the things that you see. And these are the guys that come up through the Golden Glove program. And now you see him, he's at the pinnacle of what boxing is, fighting in a mega fight to be considered the top of the top. Have his name with Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Sugar Ray Robinson, Joe Louis, and those guys, if he can accomplish what he's trying to accomplish tonight. So that's what it's all about. Bud started there, and the rest of these guys start with the gloves.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Don Patterson. We love you, man. Friend of the
Thank
show.
You for having me. Love you too, man. Great to see you guys. Keep up the great work.
You too. We look forward to having you back for the next big fight, and also when the Golden Glove season gets officially underway.
Hey, Don, and whatever the financial structure they've been able to do this to have us not pay $100 for a broke down fight, and we can watch it free on Netflix. Please continue to let that be the modern financial way for boxing moving forward. Appreciate
it. That seems to be the trend. Netflix has stepped in, and they're making these huge fights, these fights that couldn't be made before, with the new influx of boxing business people. The Sheikh over in Saudi, Turk Al-Sheikh, and Netflix. So it works for us because everything we're going to have to pay for anyway. But now it's included in our package, in our Netflix package. So I'm happy with that as well.
Yeah, Reed Hastings, I like him.
Yeah, I'm happy with that as well. So I'm sure that'll continue. If there's a big fight that's going to be a major attraction, it seems like they're going to be in on it. So that's going to seem to be the trend for the future.
Love it.
Excellent. Thank you so much, and have a great day.
You do the same. Take care.
All right. If you're watching, hit the like button and share the stream. Hit the like button, share the stream, like and subscribe. Kevin Cheeks on listening in. Top of the juice bar says, shout out to Don. He's been doing this. It ain't new to him. This ain't new to him at all. He's been doing this a long time, awful long time. Yes, indeed, guys. A quick DJ Sean Touch comes back into the studio with us. Hey, we got a quick one. I got the Bills barely beating the Jets 27-24. 27-24. This section is brought to you by Challenger Community News. Barely, if they escape. I would not be surprised to see the Jets run all over them with Braylon Hall and Breece Hall and Braylon Allen. I think their line has improved. They can run the football. Justin Fields looked like he's been reinvented since the quarterback coach from the Detroit Lions came with Aaron Glenn to the Jets look like the way Detroit used to be. They look like, bloodthirsty. Man, they'll hit you, man. They look like they'll put you on the ground. So it's going to be another physical contest for the Bills. Then I think on next Thursday night, the Bills will beat the Miami Dolphins 38-21 in a game that they will be able to have their way. Josh Allen always seems to get loose on the Miami Dolphins. I think the Bills will beat the Dolphins on Thursday night, which will be Thursday Night Football back in Buffalo, New York. Another late night for me, J-GILLZ, and the Mighty Open, the whole crew. Another 2-3 in the morning, get home time, because it doesn't start to 8:15 on Thursday Night Football. So, and the big game of the day, Fanatic, who you got in the big game of the day? Kansas City, Philly.
Nah, that ain't the big game of the day. LSU, baby, LSU.
I know that's right.
That's the big game of the day, baby. We gonna chomp all over those Gators, especially when Mike Tiger come out. Come on, baby, let's go Tigers.
Gotta shout him out, man. The Tigers looking real good, undefeated, and I think they got a real good chance to get that natty, baby.
Yeah.
Yes, it did. And we'll give a shout out to Marquand Slaughter. Just took a job with the Buffalo News as a new college football reporter. He heads back home to Buffalo, New York. Thank you for the great work you've done up here in Rochester, the Democrat Chronicle, Canisius College grad. Marquand is now officially with the Buffalo Evening News as their college sports reporter. So check him out. He'll still be back on the show here, Real Deal Sports Show, as well. Philly,
I got Philly too. Yeah, realistically, shout out to Marquell, my graduating guy, a young legend right there. But I do, real talk, got the Eagles. To me, decimated. Travis Kelce, he literally is on his last leg. He just trying to make it through. Who else you gonna throw to? Juju? Nah, I ain't like that. Hollywood Brown, injuries hurting. I got the Eagles by 2.
He reminds me of Russell Wilson. Taylor Swift ain't giving him the juice. He ain't getting the juice from Taylor Swift. Just like Sierra's not giving Russell Wilson the juice. It's the opposite juice they getting. They just chill. They want to chill and relax, man. They both stayed way too long, a little too long. When they won their last Super Bowl, that's when Kelce should have hung him up. When they won their last Super Bowl for KC, he looks like hey, it happens. Guys just can't give it up, man. It's hard to give up that allure of the crowd and the whole 9 yards, everybody knowing your name. Hey, it's tough. So, but check out the games, RealDealSportsShow.com. Go online, check out all of my picks for this week's games. Check them all out on RealDealSportsShow.com.
Well, hey, Rabbit, sorry, real quick before we go to Sean Touch. What is the Radman Locker pick of the week? What up? You going with the Steelers? Who you going with?
Man, we might have to ride with the Steelers, man. Ride with the Steelers.
Right with the Steelers.
Who you
Steelers
going
over Seattle.
Radman Locker pick of the week. Win the people some money.
I gotta win some people some money. Gotta win some money bad on this week. But I do like Shoot, what did I just lost my train of thought on that one there. I do like the Steelers this week. Keep an eye. Steelers should cover. That should be a good game for them to cover in that one. But if you're take the Jets with the points, I think the Jets may upset the Bills. That's not my pick of the week, but I like the Jets with the 6.5 or 7 points, because this game is going to be very, very close, everybody. Bills got a lot of injuries on their defensive front.
All right. I like about the J-Rap pick of the week, Fanatic. I'm going with, not too far from me, the Dallas Cowboys. Right, from my man BacSpin. 5.5 point favorites. They got a long time to rest. They done seen what Micah Parsons has done to them. Give me the Cowboys. Big win over the Giants. Giants still a mess. No Andrew Thomas. Injuries now on defense. Give me the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's a good. If Russell Wilson quarterback, take the cock up, man. If he's still starting the Cowboys, that's a solid bet right there. That's my second. Hey, I second the motion on that one for the lock of the week right there. Cowboys over Giants, because the Giants, that was pitiful performance by Russell. I felt sorry for the man last week. And why would he keep him in the whole game? Man, get him out of there, man. Get Jameson. At least he'll throw a TD and an interception. Come on, man. He'll make it interesting. That guy didn't make it interesting, man.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta go.
We gotta go.
Touch. All right. Take care, everybody. We'll catch you next week on Real Deal Sports Show.
Have a good day, fellas.
We appreciate it. The Beat. Like, subscribe.
Like and subscribe to the show.